Yo guys, what is good? It's Cameron from Deck Builders here, and today we'll bring you a Lunalight deck profile. Now Lunalight's obviously from the anime, it's this chick right here, she plays Lunalight.
Fusion Summon! Lunalight Cat Dancer!
If you guys don't know, Lunalight is pretty much just spam summoning level 4s and other monsters so that you can go into your rank 4 XCs, as well as there's some good link combinations that you can go into. The main finisher is actually a Utopia in this deck. Bring out number 39 Utopia double, and you got like a really nice, like you can do like 10,000 damage in one attack if you get hella lucky. But nevertheless, this is a really good deck. So before we get into it, if you guys could please comment down below Lunalight, hit that like, subscribe button. We would really appreciate it. So let's get into the deck list.
So we're running 3 copies of Lunalight Kaleido Chick. Now the 2 effects that we're interested on this card is once per turn you can send 1 Lunalight monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard. The name of this face-up card on the field can be treated as the sent monster. The other effect also is when this card is banished, you can activate this effect. Your opponent's cards and effects cannot be activated during the battle phase. Then we're running 3 copies of Lunalight Tiger. Now this card is simply OP. When it's in the pendulum zone, you can activate these effects. Once per turn, you can target 1 Lunalight monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but it cannot attack. Its effects are negated. Also destroy it during the end phase. That doesn't really matter too much because generally you either don't link it or you don't go into a XC's monster. So that really doesn't matter, you don't destroy the card anyway. And then if it's a monster, if this card is on the field, is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target 1 Lunalight monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use effect of Lunalight Tiger once per turn. Then I'm running 2 copies of Lunalight Yellow Mastered. Now if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target 1 Lunalight card your opponent controls, except Lunalight Yellow Mastered, return it to the hand, and if you do, special summon this card in defense position, but banish this card when it leaves the field. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can add 1 Lunalight spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of Lunalight Yellow Mastered once per turn. Now for our last Lunalight monster, we're running 1 copy of Lunalight Emerald Bird. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can send 1 Lunalight card from your hand to the graveyard, and if you do, draw 1 card. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target one of your level 4 or lower Lunalight monsters that is banished or in your graveyard, except Lunalight Emerald Bird, special summon it in defense position but negate its effects. You can only use the effect of Lunalight Emerald Bird once per turn. Running 1 copy of Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. If this card is in your graveyard, you can return 1 face-up card your opponent controls to the hand, special summon this card, and if you do, take 400 damage. You can only use the effects of Blackwing Zephyros the Elite once per duel. Now into our Dangered Engine, we're running 1 copy of Dangered Nessie. You can reveal this card in your hand. Your opponent randomly chooses 1 card from your entire hand, then you discard the chosen card. Then if you discarded card was not Dangered Nessie, special summon 1 Dangered Nessie from your hand, and if you do, draw 1 card. If this card is discarded, you can add 1 Danger card from your deck to your hand, except Dangered Nessie. You can only use the effect of Dangered Nessie once per turn. Now running 2 Danger Jackalopes. It pretty much has the same effect as Nessie, except if it's discarded, you can special summon 1 Danger monster from your deck in defense position. Running 2 copies of Danger Tsukuno, 2 copies of Danger Mothman, and then we're running 1 copy of Danger Chewbacca. Sorry, I'm pronouncing all these Danger monsters wrong. And then 1 Danger Bigfoot. Now Danger Bigfoot is honestly my favorite Danger, considering running a few more, but I don't know, I just decided to go with 1. You can reveal this card from your hand, blah blah blah, all the same as the normal Danger monsters. It's pretty much a 3000 beater, and if you discard it, then you can destroy one of your opponent's face-up cards. So yeah, it's insane. Now we're running a few hand traps, so we're running 2 copies of Ash Blossom and the Joyous Spring. Now if you guys don't know what this card does, when a card effect is activated that includes any of these effects, quick effect, you can discard this card and then negate the effect. Add 1 card from the deck to the hand, special summon from the deck, send a card from the deck to the graveyard. You can only use the effect of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring once per turn. Then we're running 2 copies of Droll and Lockbird. If a card is added from the main deck deck to your opponent's hand, except during the draw phase. Quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. For the rest of this turn, cards cannot be added from either player's main deck to the hand. Now to finish off with the hand traps, we're running 2 copies of Frame Gear Omega, or Gamma, sorry. Cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned by card effect. When your opponent activates a monster effect while you control no monsters, quick effect, you can special summon both this card from your hand and 1 Frame Driver from your hand, deck, or graveyard, and if you do, negate the activation. And if you do that, destroy that monster. During the end phase, banish the face-up monsters special summoned by this card effect. So you can get rid of 1 monster and negate its effects. Really good card. You can see we're running 6 hand traps, so obviously we're focusing on negating our opponent from playing, not letting them play as much as possible so that we can go into our rank 4s and just destroy them. And then we're obviously running 1 copy of Frame Driver so that we can actually use Gamma. If without it, it's just Gamma is pointless. Then we're running 3 copies of Lunalight Perfume. Target 1 Lunalight monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then discard 1 card, add 1 Lunalight monster from your deck to your hand. Easy way to get a Lunalight monster. 3 copies of Fire Formation Tenki. When this card is activated, you can add 1 level 4 or lower Beast Warrior type monster from your deck to your hand. All Beast or Warrior type monsters you control gain 100 attack. You can only activate 1 Fire Formation Tenki per turn. 3 copies of Allure of Darkness, draw 2 cards, banish 1 dark monster. Just obviously a really strong draw card. 2 copies of Foolish Burial Goods. Now you can send 1 spell or trap card from your deck to the graveyard. You can only activate 1 Foolish Burial Goods per turn. Running 1 copy of Foolish Burial, send 1 monster from your deck to the graveyard. Now this card is your finisher, double or nothing. When a monster's attack is negated, target that monster. It can make a second attack during the battle phase, and if it does, its attack is doubled. You don't notice when we get number 39 Utopia double, go into that rank 4 and it's GG. Now for our last card in the main deck and our only trap card, running 1 copy of Lunalight Reincarnation Dance. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, add up to 2 Lunalight monsters from your deck to your hand. You can only activate 1 Lunalight Reincarnation Dance per turn. So that's it for the main deck, and the main deck contains 26 monsters, 13 spells, and 1 trap card. Now to start off our extra deck, we're running 1 copy of Barricade Borg Blocker. Now this card requires 2 different monsters with different names. If this card is link summoned, you can discard 1 card. During the end phase of this turn, add 1 continuous or field spell from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use the effects of 1 Barricade Borg Blocker once per turn. Face out spells you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Then we're running 1 copy of Nightmare Phoenix. If this card is link summoned, you can discard 1 card, then target 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls, destroy it. If this card was co-linked when this effect was activated, you could draw 1 card. Then we're running 1 copy of Nightmare Unicorn. If this card is link summoned, you can discard 1 card, then target 1 card in the field, return it to the deck. Then if this card is co-linked when this card effect was activated, you can draw 1 card. You can only use the effects of Nightmare Unicorn once per turn. Then we're running 1 copy of Curious the Lightsworn Dominion. Now this card requires 3 monsters with the same attribute but different types. Then we're running 1 Frame Lord Lambedia. Now this card is not that important in the deck, but if you do get it out on the field, you can use the Frame Gear, which is your Gamma, your hand trap. You can use it even when you do control monsters, so I guess it's alright, but it's not for anything special. Now for the best card in the game right now, Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess. You can only control 1 Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess. The original attack of this card becomes 800 times the number of linked materials used for its link summon. Once per chain, when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can make this card lose exactly 800 attack, and if you do, negate the activation. And then we're running 1 copy of Borosaur Dragon. Obviously, it's a really good boss monster for clearing any cards that you can't get rid of that just have high attack. Now on to our XE's monsters. We're running 1 copy of Raid Raptor Force Strix. Now this requires 2 level 4 monsters. It's a rank 4. This card gains 500 attack and 500 defense for each winged beast monster you control. Other than this card, once per turn you can detach 1 material from this card. Add 1 level 4 dark winged beast monster from your deck to your hand. Now we're running one copy of Outer Entity Nyria. Again, another rank 4, requires 2 level 4 monsters. When this card is XE summoned, you can discard any number of cards, increase this card's rank by the number of discarded cards. Once per turn, while this card has XE's materials, you can target one monster in your graveyard, detach all materials from this card, and if you do, attach that target to this card as a material. When a monster is attached by this effect, this card's type and attribute becomes the same as that monster's original type and attribute. Running one Brotherhood, the Fire Fist Tiger King, requires 2 level 4 Beast Warrior type monsters. When this card is XE summoned, you can set one Fire Formation spell or trap card directly from your deck. Once per turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, negate the effect of all face-up effect monsters currently on the field, except Beast Warrior type, until the end of your opponent's turn. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can send 3 Fire Formation spell or trap cards you control to the graveyard, special summon 2 level 4 or lower Beast Warrior type monsters with the same attack from your deck in face-up defense position. Now obviously the requirements for this card can be a little bit difficult, but this card is overpowered. Just go back and listen to that effect or reread this card's effect. It's kind of insane. Now running one copy of Tornado Dragon, obviously another rank 4. On once per turn quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, then target one spell or trap card on the field, destroy it. Running one copy of Abyss Dweller, one copy of number 41 Babuskia the Terribly Tired Tapir. Now along with the strange name, this card has a strange effect. It's a rank 4, so it requires 2 level 4 monsters. Once per turn during your standby phase, detach one material from this card. If you cannot destroy it, this attack position card cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Your opponent cannot target this attack position card with card effects. While this card is in face-up defense position, change all face-up monsters on the field to defense position. Also negate the activated effect of monsters that were in defense position when this card was activated. Now running one copy of number 39 Utopia. Luckily his effect is significantly more straightforward than Tapir. Again, another rank 4. Obviously we all know Utopia. When any player's monster declares an attack, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, negate the attack. Now we're running our game winner. This is like the reason we have Utopia in the deck. Running number 39 Utopia double one copy. This card is a game winner, okay? You get this card out, a lot of the time you can just win the game. So quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, add one double or nothing from your deck to your hand. If you guys don't remember, double or nothing doubles the attack if the card was negated. So after you add double or nothing from your deck to your hand, you can then special summon from your extra deck one Utopia XYZ monster except number 39 Utopia double. So all you do is summon the normal number 39 Utopia. By using this face up card you control as a material, and if you do, its attack becomes doubled, but it cannot attack directly. This is treated as an XYZ summon. Transfer its materials to the summon monster. You can only use this effect of number 39 Utopia double once per turn. So pretty much you end up with a Utopia with 5,000 attack, and then you negate its attack, and then you can attack again, use double or nothing, and then you get a card with 10,000 attack points. So yeah, it's OP.
Okay, so that's the end of the deck list. If you guys enjoyed the video, if you guys watched it all the way to the end, please comment Lunalight down below as we said at the start of the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn those bell notifications on. To be honest, commenting down anything below helps us a lot. And I'm out. See ya.